You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 123, posted November 2017. A Taste of Kled. What else do we have outside?
Yeah, and Scott, is it okay that we're just taking a tour and making you describe 20 different locations to us?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, cool.
You guys can do what you want. It is a game that we create together. So across from the All Element Shrine is Clothier. I don't think you visited this place. Maybe you did.
That's number 7 on the map?
Number 7, yes, is the Clothier, where you met Helver Tarlin, who he told you he wanted to know all about the fashions in Tyr. I believe you guys visited there. Now, where do you want to go? Continue down the long road, or you want to make a turn?
Long road it up.
All right, so then that will bring you past number 10. The medium-sized road, past a poultry shop. What does poultry look like on Athos? Don't ask me.
They still have birds. No, they have birds. It's the mammals they're short on, right?
Oh, well, there you go. So they got plenty of poultry.
They got extra birds. They got your weird chickens.
That's true. And this small town actually has 2 poultry shops. So
It's very popular.
Right across the street from each other.
Well, you got your regular-sized chickens, and you got your super chickens.
That's right. So number 10 is Drought
sand-fried chicken
poultry.
And pop sand right on the other side.
Yeah.
Number 16 is a Wagon Works, another Wagon Works.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. We're on a caravan route. There should be a lot of caravan-related support businesses, right? So
I would think so.
Lots of wagons.
Yeah.
Next door to the fine poultry place is 4 identical single-story stone buildings running back from the street in a line. The front building has a painted sign of a ham. So ham on Athos is different than our ham, though.
Sure.
It's all pink.
It's made from lizard. Yep.
Don't want to know.
Being carved by a cleaver, so it's clearly a butcher shop. 16 is the Wagon Works. 12 is a fine stone place. It is a plain square building covered in a gray-white shroud of rock dust.
Okay. Is 25 another quarry back behind the stone place?
25 is a quarry behind the stone place.
Regdar knows a quarry when he sees one.
Yeah. He watches a lot of BBC science fiction from the 1970s.
That's right. There, 13
Reference
is
unacknowledged.
13 is an Ironhead Arms. It is a shop that sells arms and armor, as you would imagine.
Probably not iron, though.
Probably not. But that's
It's a metaphor.
It's
Yeah,
an
Bonehead
aspirational-
Arms. Yeah, Bonehead.
Aspirational name.
Yeah.
Bonehead Arms.
I don't need any arms. I already have 4.
Bonehead Arms could be the name of our traveling adventure if we burn that
That's
shop down.
Number 14 is the secondary poultry shop.
Sure. Super chickens.
That's what it's called.
town so big?
Secondary poultry.
A lot of
Now,
people passing
you
through.
might ask yourself, why would I buy a super chicken? Why would I ever buy a regular chicken when I can buy a super chicken at Shop 14? The answer, super chickens are really expensive. So, super
Now,
chicken.
we're on Athos here, so poultry is like a code word for something gross, right?
No, it's just birds.
They have birds. They've
Yeah.
got birds.
Yeah, we got
Really?
birds,
Chickens?
we got lizards, we got insects. It's mammals that there's not so much of.
No.
There's very few cattle in that there's no cattle. It's just kangs.
And
Probably
then
no horses.
The number 20 there is storage warehouses. They are covered in raked gravel and cinders. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says here. And number 22 is Valavo's Sundries.
Ooh, I like sundries.
Sorry, that's a typo. That's sundries.
I also things that are sun-dried.
A giant sun-dried tomato is here.
Mm-hmm.
It
No
is
tomatoes on
a
Athos.
building that has a profusion of doors, barrels, rotting old furniture, and tools leaning against its outside walls. It looks
me
like a
more.
private home, but a small faded sign on the front door reads Valor's Sundries.
And what was 19?
19 is... Where is 19? Oh, 19 is... that you've been to 19. That's
It's
the
Vietnam.
Tannery.
It's the what? Sorry.
Tannery?
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Oh,
no,
yes.
no, thank you.
Tannery.
Tannery. Yes, you've
We
been
should
there.
know that by smell.
So as you walk past it, you notice the eye-watering stench.
I love that it's right next to the chicken, like the poultry place. Delicious.
I mean, there are
no zoning laws here.
and there's two chicken places, so there's a lot of property that is chicken adjacent in Kled.
I
So
suppose.
It sort of seeps in and flavors the chicken. We call it chicory.
yeah,
I call it chicanery.
So Scott, would it be fair to say that seems like there's a lot of businesses here for the small town? Is that mainly because they're to supply the caravans? So there's way more shops and stuff than this podunk little town needs for its people, per se.
As you've been walking around town, you've noticed a few caravans have come in and stopped. So it's fairly busy. It's early in the morning still.
So it's probably dead when there's no caravans here, but when the caravan comes through, that's a big deal. Everybody gets paid on caravan day.
That's right.
I like that DM professional courtesy. You point out something that's a little weird about where we're at, and then you come up with a plausible excuse he could use to cover for it.
Very kind.
I am here to help, Steve. So why don't you keep your extra arms to yourself? So
Now, I don't know if you want to venture off the long road and visit some other places, or if you want to investigate any of these fine businesses.
Steve
I want
would
to go
like
to the
to
place
just,
with the sundries.
Steve, you should just walk all the way down the long road and see how long it is.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still in the bar.
Not everybody is walking around town.
I am.
I was because I was following Shara into the shrine.
I've chosen to drink in the pub for a little while longer. I'm still chatting up my half-orc friend.
Okay. Well, Regdar has been busily taking in what powers the economic powerhouse that is Kled, getting a sense for the lay of the land.
Kled.
Whatever. I'm not putting down roots here, people.
Whatever.
I just want to know where to run when the mob turns on us. So,
All right, so what do you want to do? I heard Presto wants to go into the sundries store. So Presto,
Yeah, I suggest that. It looks like a dump, but sometimes you can
does.
find some really good stuff in like rummage sales and whatnot.
I'm gonna try Bonehead Arms.
all right.
I would also like to go there. I can wait. I feel like we shouldn't split up too
We're
much.
just shopping. What could happen?
I've seen you guys.
Yeah, I want to go with Presta and get the lay of the land with all of these strange characters. She seems to be the most reasonable of all the
This is true. This is
I
the
agree
actually
with
people in
that.
this group.
So I know where. So Umlal is going to the arms and armor store.
all right. I will hang with Umlal.
Okay, so
I've-
you
Yep, me
three
too.
are going to go.
for safety's sake.
Everybody, is anybody not going to Ironhead Arms?
Kachka's drinking.
Kachka's
I'm
still
drinking.
in the bar. Okay, so Kachka will come back to you when you're dead.
I got a 4-drink minimum.
Well, the half orc is already on like her 12th drink, so she's like, hurry up. So you walk into the.
Man, I want to
Ironhead-
cut back to the drinking contest at some point because that is going to be amazing.
Girls' night.
It's
That's right.
Girls,
just the beginning. It's the beginning of Raiders all over again.
You walk into Ironhead Arms and you see a shop that is full of arms and armor, both new and used.
human arms.
And
Halfling
any kind of
arms.
arms that you want.
Yeah.
And standing,
Is there a proprietor? Yeah.
there is a proprietor standing behind a counter. You find a man who is not actually a man; he's a half orc. He's very large.
whoa,
and,
that's easy.
And he says, "Welcome to Ironhead Arms. How may I help you? You
Hello.
look like a bunch of hale and hardy adventurers. Surely
You
need
bonehead.
armor." I
It's
am
you
Ironhead.
boneheads.
Ironhead. My friends call me Fang, and I feel like we're already friends. So
Yes,
call me
you
Your
have
Fang.
many-
mama's gonna whoop you.
You have many arms here, I notice, but do you have teeth? And I hold up the mimic tooth.
I do not have any teeth.
Interested in buying?
No, I'm going to have to say I have no interest in buying that tooth, but it is a fine tooth.
Does he recognize what it's from?
My tooth.
He does not seem to have any. He mostly seems puzzled why someone would walk into his arm shop and ask him to buy a tooth.
Could use
He said-
something.
So say
Alma, don't forget to tell him the whole tooth. Nothing but the tooth.
Oh no. My friend Valivos has a sundry store right down the street. I bet he'll buy that tooth off you. He buys all kinds of crap.
Do you have anything else to sell, Armo, or is it nothing but the tooth?
Miscellaneous sundries is his business. I mostly deal in weapons and armor.
Me appreciate you tooth the point.
I'll ask him if he has any. Do you have any special arrows? I could use
Special.
some more
Well,
arrows.
all of my arrows are special because they are made of the finest materials of Athos. I've got obsidian, I've got
I can
stone,
see
I've
that.
got... And he walks you over to a wall that is full of arrows. Any kind of ammunition you might need. I've got the smallest bolts to the largest longbow. I see you have a longbow. Oh, you're an elf, of course. I have some designed elven
Slightly
arrows.
racist, but I'm okay. with it.
Perfect for... It's not racist if it's true, right? Says Feng.
Almost exceptionally
I
uncomfortable.
am seeing what Garion meant when he said that this was a crappy town.
Oh.
This is the nicest half-orc you've ever met. He may be slightly racist, but he's very nice. Of course, I will say in D&D almost everybody's racist. Let's just get that out.
Okay.
That's true. That's kind of what the game is based on, really.
It is true. He says, well, what kind of arrows?
Racism and classism.
Yeah, it's true. Arrows, so he does have a
terrible.
fine variety of arrows, and you take a moment to look at them, and they are high-quality arrows. They are not magical arrows.
Okay.
He says,
There's
I
nothing
don't...
that's fine enough to be like a +1 or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Well, I will still
There
buy
are
some arrows just to.
with +1 written on the side.
And he says, how many?
This
How
is like
many?
this is like going into a restaurant like a McDonald's or something and buying a Coke because you need to use the bathroom, something like that. Buying a little
This is
small
exactly
fries.
it. So I'm gonna say,
He's like, I'll get 5
just
arrows
10.
for your
The
The
trouble.
arrows
10.
said larch on the side, but somebody scratched it out and written +1 over the top.
Yeah, I'll look at some nice obsidian arrows, and I'll say I could use a bundle of 10 of these.
Oh, of course, you.
How
my
much would
friend,
that go for?
You have a fine eye. For
Make sure you get the ones with the serial number scratched off.
These are all above board.
Fell off the back of a wagon.
They did, but they were not damaged. Don't worry. I don't know how you do
I love
that,
a
but-
used weapon salesman who advertises things as above board.
This is a caravan town. Literally everything falls off the back of a wagon.
Yeah, that's true. Good
It's
point.
just-
I do not know why I cannot find the price of arrows in the player's handbook, but let's say
What's
10
that have to do
arrows
with the price of
for
arrows in Kled?
A piece of gold, 1 gold for 10 arrows, please.
All right, I will pay him the gold. I will take the arrows and say, so how's business been?
Do you need a
Maybe.
receipt?
No, I'm fine.
Oh,
It's
Save
been
street.
pretty good. I just sold 10 arrows.
that's right. This is
Wait, there's no paper in Athos, right? Are all like receipts written on like stone tablets and handed over? Because my wallet will not
Leather.
handle that.
There are 2 tanneries in town.
Exactly.
Leather.
There's
Oh, good
leather.
point. Yeah.
He says, well, business is booming. Lots of caravans are coming through. It's Athos. I don't know if you know this. Athos is a dangerous place, and people always need weapons.
In fact, I am a guide, so I'm
there you
well
I'm new to
aware.
Athos.
I'd
got
say,
here.
well, okay, so if a bunch of caravans have been through, I was looking for a friend of mine who was guiding a caravan that had some halflings, actually, and a dwarf and a human, and, I sort of described them. And, my friend had signed on, and we were hoping to meet up in Kled and trade some stories about, crazy wild times in the Athos Plains, but I haven't been able to find him. Have you seen anybody like that coming through?
I have not, as of late. There have only been a couple of caravans through a couple of weeks, and they're mostly human.
Okay. Well, I guess it was just too much to hope for that we would, meet up like this. That would just take an awful lot of luck. So, yeah, I guess to hope for something like that, you really got to be a believer. And I
Oh boy.
and then I roll an insight to see if I get any reaction.
All right.
For our listeners to this podcast, she just made a sly face.
that was good.
And-
Good. That's what I was going for.
And he said, yes, I guess you do have to be a believer.
All right. Well.
And he starts singing Baby at the top of his lungs.
And speaking of wild stuff on the plains of Athos, I hear there's a lot of elemental weirdness going on in Kled lately. Have you seen any of that?
I have
Seems to
not,
be
but
the
it,
talk
well,
of
I've
the town.
seen. There's been earthquakes and things, and of course, I think my spike in business is because of the elementals. People kind of gearing up to fight them. So I'm not too sad about it, but I have not had any firsthand interaction.
All right. Well, anything else interesting going on in town? We might be here for a day or two. And is there any place we should be sure to go? Be sure to avoid? Anyone to watch out for?
Well, everyone in Kled is pretty nice, except I would recommend that you not go to the helm at high sun. The proprietor, I don't like to speak ill of anybody, but he's a little bitter. I would avoid. It's much. Go to the swinging sword.
It did look a little ramshackle from the outside.
That's a very apt word. I might use that if you don't mind.
Oh, please, by all means.
I had a question for a local.
Oh, yes. You are well muscled, but clearly you need a weapon. What? I see...
look at my warhammer here.
Oh, that's
whoa!
fine.
Take this into the back room.
Carlos will show his
Warhammer.
warhammer to anyone who wants to see. It's a fact about
Well, anyone
Carlos.
who says you got a big muscles but
That
you need
is
a weapon
that
and
is
you're like, I got a warhammer, I don't know.
Classic
mean
Carlos
piccolo.
change your problem.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
Multi-talented.
I just my one question: which poultry shop do you prefer?
Oh, which culture? Well,
That's funny because
Wars have been fought over less.
Yeah.
in England, we actually walked past a shop multiple times called Preferable Chicken, which
that's the one you go to.
yeah. Well, they have preferable chickens, and then down the street they've got Kentucky Fried Erdu, and it's like
Preferable to what though? Shepherd's pie or
to other chickens.
I don't know.
Wait, these are
more
chickens
tasty.
selling to other
is it,
modern
is it more tasty
chicken.
and modern? Is that
Yeah.
why?
So I prefer, as do most people in Kled, Mahander's poultry, which is the smaller of the two shops, and also the one next to the tanner. It is
Can't pull my hand over on me.
unimpressive on the outside, but fine product. And Menadur is very nice.
So they got your authentic.
They do.
Chicken.
They have
The other
best,
places.
the best pickled chicken livers in Athos.
The other place is more like a chain restaurant. If you want chicken that's going to taste the same as the chicken in Tyr, you go there. But if you want the authentic, if you want to order off menu, you go to Mahander's.
That's
got
right.
it.
If you want the real Kled
The
experience.
real taste of
they have
Yeah.
secret menu.
A taste
All right,
of Kled.
good to know. Thank you.
Try the poultry
tonight on
sashimi.
the Lifetime Television Network.
I feel like I'm getting a taste of Kled. That's like a bad aftertaste.
What does it taste like?
Presta, I told you to stop running into the sandstorms with your mouth open.
Carlos.
You're not my boss.
Carlos gives a little elbow to Omlal and says, "Let's go sell that tooth."
Yeah, sundries.
This a boring place.
This place terrible. Not even one tooth here.
Well, yours.
says,
There's
"Thank
one.
you."
There's just one. Yours.
I'm not looking for fabric store.
Just remember Ironhead Arms for all your arms needs. He says as you walk out the door.
Goodbye, Bonehead.
This guy, terrible salesman.
It does say in his description that he is a bad businessman.
Is that on the sign?
So you want
Bonehead
to go...
Arms. Bad business.
Maybe he's investing in the Ramshackle Tavern. I don't know.
He's one of the other two.
That's why he doesn't want you to go there.
Do you think there's like a whole population of people in Tyr
It's a
who
tax
like
dodge.
who invested in like crappy Kled property? like,
It's like timeshares and Kled. Yeah.
yeah.
back at the helm at Higher Sun? You're still drinking away.
Yes,
nothing,
I am.
Nothing is happening untoward there. So
All right.
Something's happening.
Let's go to
but I don't
the
wanna talk
sundry
about it.
store and
So,
Omlal can sell his tooth.
You walk into Velavor's.
I'll follow to the Sundry store since I've just been hanging out in the streets until now.
Like an urchin.
Trying to find some pottery.
Yeah, you know.
You walk in, and I don't know if you have ever been to many of my vacations. You haven't been to any of my vacations, but many of my vacations.
I've been on all of your vacations, Scott.
Scott, where is the story going?
It's going somewhere. I often find myself in Lancaster County, the home of the Amish people, but
I've been
also
too, yeah.
home of many small, weird antique shops
Yes.
in which someone has taken their house and basically turned it into an antique shop. And every an antique is in quotes. Every room is just full of old crap.
Yeah.
And so that is
the difference between
I once dated a guy whose parents' house was like that, except they weren't selling anything. It was just there was just crap.
that's the
everywhere.
only
Price
difference
tags on
between
it.
the
There's a
regular
lot of
house
those
and
in
the
Western
price
Mass. The difference between an antique shop and like a hoarder is basically like you
Price
got to
tags.
sign up
Do you have a
front.
sign on
Sign up
tags,
front.
yeah.
They don't have price tags on stuff. It's like you got to ask somebody. Yeah.
So that
It's
is
just-
what you walk in here, you walk past outside. I said there's rotting old furniture, tools, all kinds of stuff on the outside. You walk in, and inside is even more stuff. There's furniture, lamps, carpets, mirrors, weapons, shields.
Guys, we do now have a hideout we need to furnish.
pottery. All kinds
Be
of
still my
things.
heart.
And you are walking through so it's a house with maybe 4 rooms. They're interconnected. You walk into the first room, there's nobody there. You walk through a second room that perhaps has even more
I'll
stuff
guess
in it.
all this stuff free.
All right.
Did you see anything good as we're walking through these
Yeah,
rooms?
Regdar
I
would
wanna
like to assess
peruse.
the pottery. Is this good pottery? Is this sucker's pottery?
Well, you feel like this is one of those places where possibility is endless. You feel like underneath much bad pottery there is.
I rolled an 18
Some
on
good
investigation. I'm digging.
Well, whatever you are looking for, something, and you will find whatever that thing is.
Regdar rolled
Love?
Regdar rolled a critical, a 25 on investigate. I want to find the best pottery in this place.
All right, you find a finely thrown vase that is impeccable.
All right,
I-
and I bet it's undervalued, and I can totally get this for a deal.
I hope I find like a really nice water skin of some sort.
You find a water skin that is in your favorite color.
Amlal rolled
my.
a 22 on perception and would like to be on lookout for the best deal in the store.
Well, I'll let you know when I think of it. Okay.
I like to think that Amlal
like
is
a
also
jar
just
of
sort of
teeth.
waving the tooth around, like,
That's
hello,
right, there's
tooth.
just a jar of
Got a
teeth.
tooth here.
And as you are, so you're all kind of digging through a bunch of stuff, making a little noise, and out comes, you see, like, through the doorway, the head of an old man kind of pop out and then hide away again. And then he pops out, and you kind of see him sigh. And then he comes out and says, can I help you?
My friend here would
Do
like
I-
to know if you want to buy a tooth.
Do Amlal have a deal for you? It all in
Hold on.
presentation, Presta.
He
Oh.
he walks back, he takes a step back and says, okay.
Mm.
Amlal's very
Amlal
large.
have very nice mint condition.
Hardly
Tooth.
used.
Hardly used to
Well, we found out that
direct
mimics
from
are.
mimic to you.
We
Cut
did
out
find out that
middleman.
mimics are how money is made, so that's a mint.
That's right. Well, so this guy, he's a small old man, and he kind of comes forth and says, a tooth, you say? Let me see.
Amlal shows him the tooth. He's doing a nice like presentation job.
Grab your
Very
hands.
very Vanna White.
He tries, he takes it from you and holds it up to his eye. Where did you say you got this
Then he has to
tooth
bite
from?
it once to make sure it's a tooth.
Where did you say he's looking?
It from treasure chest.
Treasure chest. You say, where did you find this treasure chest?
In a cave.
In cave somewhere.
Nothing is more suspicious than someone going, and then complete silence.
Amlal's gonna talk.
It's cave somewhere, though.
Yes.
It was a cave. Athos has lots of caves. This was one on the way here from elsewhere.
Okay.
Not too close though. It wasn't too close to here.
Yeah.
Totally not too
away.
close.
You
Far.
probably never heard of place.
And he said, I can't help but notice that it still seems to have some gummy.
He like Amlal
Tacky
reaches over and like
blood.
flicks it off with his finger. No.
I think that was from Amlal's pocket. He was chewing gum.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Sorry. Need to clean. What the hell am I wearing? Need to clean leather armor.
No, you're not wearing armor.
Yep. Need to clean loincloth.
It doesn't like where this is going.
Belt pouch?
So what would you like? How much do you want for this tooth?
Okay, Scott, let's talk real. I have no grounding in this. What would I be rolling to figure out?
I'm going to tell you that it's not going to be worth a lot, and you know that as well. So
Ask for 1 gold. 1 gold.
1 gold is probably
man, I was-
twice as much as it's worth. It's probably worth maybe.
Well, that's where you
3,
start when you're
4
bargaining.
silver.
We're arguing over the price. Start with 1 gold.
Yeah, Amla think it worth 5 gold pieces.
Amlal.
Presta slumps a little bit.
Oh boy.
I just start looking through like the nearest pile of stuff on a table.
I can give you a store credits of 8 silver.
No store credit, no good.
Scott, this is your moment to recommend the nicest deal, the biggest bargain in the store.
It's true. It's not this tooth, apparently. I will give you in barter. I will give you this fine. I can't even think of anything. Flute. You look like a man.
Hey,
Amlal is literally. I'm not kidding. Amlal is proficient in the flute, so Amlal is taking that deal.
Hoot nannies.
That's awesome. I can't believe we're both proficient in the same instrument. That's amazing.
Now you both fight over this lovely flute.
That's right. I have 2 Fipple flutes right now. So wait, is this a Fipple flute or like a regular flute?
This is a regular flute.
Oh, okay. Different.
I could hear the sound of going over someone's flute knowledge just right now.
A Fipple flute's like a recorder. You play it like this for our viewers, and a flute is like this.
Would you say this is more of a piccolo?
Let us not mention piccolos. So he hands you the flute. You hand him he keeps the tooth.
Yep, done.
And he says,
Great.
"It was a pleasure doing business with you, large man."
And I say, I found this lovely water skin, and I'm wondering what the price is on that. Because I have a really, really good water skin, but I thought maybe a backup would be okay.
Well, I didn't even know I had this water skin. So I'd say, I don't know, silver.
Sure. I just want to be done with this place, so I'm just going to give him the silver. I'm not even haggling.
He gives you, he takes it and he gives you the water skin.
Thank you.
I noticed you got this crummy vase here. I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Oh, all of you are gifted spotters. That is a lovely piece of a great example of the Tier school of pottery.
I think
of course he's a pottery expert.
I think everybody knows that the Tier school of pottery is the most reviled of the schools of pottery. So 1 gold piece, and we'll speak no more of it.
You drive a hard bargain, sir. You've got 2 gold pieces, and it's a deal.
I don't know what's between 1 and 2 gold pieces, so fine.
It's like 8 shillings, I think. 8 shillings.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 quid and
and a Bob's your uncle.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Jack's a donut. All right, we're done.
Now he notices you, Regdar. He says you look like a man who would appreciate a good book.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Is this like an
insult
occult thing? Yeah. Have you heard the good news?
Beat him up, boys. It's a bookworm.
And he pulls out a large, kind of beautifully illuminated manuscript, which is unusual. And he says, "I don't know what it's written in, but I bought it a couple of days ago from a caravan, a passing merchant. And I haven't. Most of the people who come in here are like your friend, your large friend. They are clearly illiterate, but you seem like a man who would appreciate a book."
Oh, totally. Would you like me to look it over for you, or are you trying to sell it?
I'm trying to sell it to you.
Okay, let me take a look.
So you take a look at it, and it is a beautifully illuminated manuscript written in Halfling, which you do not read.
And yet, but hold on a second, sir. I'm just going to put on this spooky hat in your store.
What are the chances that does Presta read? Would I have learned how to read in my caravanning?
So generally people on Athos do not know how to read, but I leave it up to the players to determine if their characters
because I do speak Halfling.
So it is up to you if you are literate in all the languages that you know. You certainly can speak and understand, but you could choose to whether or not you read them or not.
I feel like I do, so I want to also.
Well, then you can read it.
Like I'm looking. I'm very tall, so I can look over Regdar's shoulder.
So Regdar puts on his spooky hat, uses an action, and now suddenly the halfling makes sense to him.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did not know that halflings were big writers, so this is exciting.
They're small.
They're little
writers.
That's all right. That's accurate, but mean. Yes.
You could tell that it's a genealogical history of the halfling clans of Ogo.
Oh. Do I learn anything interesting about the recent halfling clans of Ogo?
Flip to the back.
It's more of kind of a I wouldn't say ancient, but it tracks them, but it's not like up to date. It's not.
Can I just skim it in case? So, and it doesn't tell me, for example, who the like current ruling halfling clans or anything. This is ancient halfling history.
Yes.
I ask. So this is written in halfling. Where was the caravan that you bought it from? Did it have halflings?
So I bought it from. He didn't buy it from caravan. He bought it from a passing merchant. So he says the merchant was a human. But he said that he bought it from someone in Silver Springs, which is a town that you are familiar with.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this is an interesting purchase, friend. I mean, seems like given you're probably not likely to encounter many people who speak the halfling language, so you kind of limited yourself there. Did you know this was in halfling?
Thank you for letting me know it's in halfling. I had no idea that it was in halfling.
Well, how much did you pay for it?
It is just a beautiful book. It is, I can part ways with this book for 80 gold pieces. And it is, in fact, it is a beautifully illustrated book. It is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice conversational piece, but, I don't know. I think you're going to be sitting on this one for a while.
Well, a man of you certainly have an eye for pottery, so I assume that's, that old saying, he who loves pottery loves books.
I guess that's a Kled saying. I haven't heard that one before.
Actually, I've heard it in several other towns. It's not local.
I mean...
It's not funny in those towns either.
Just the one town where it's funny, but everywhere else, nope.
Preston, do we need this book? I don't know if we really even need this book. I mean, it might... Yeah, I'm really trying to imagine whether this book would be helpful.
We could probably sell it to somebody else for better.
Yeah, but not for more than... Like, 80 is... Like, I was thinking, like, 10.
That is, yeah.
10. Yeah, I mean, you think we can... So, I mean, look, level with me. You didn't even know what this book was written in. You telling me you paid anywhere near 80 for a book that you didn't know? You're a better businessman than that, right?
Am I?
Yes.
I would like to.
You are.
I would like to roll insight.
Go ahead.
I will also roll insight.
I apparently somehow, even with my limited insight, got a 20 on insight.
Well, you know that he paid far less than 80 gold pieces for it.
Yeah, I think you are a better businessman than that. Come on, don't waste our time here. I'm already a valued customer. I bought that vase, and true. You saw that, I didn't waste both of our times with that. I am a person who gets down to business. You don't spend all your time, if you want to appreciate pottery, you don't spend your days arguing about the price of pottery. You spend your days appreciating pottery. Same goes for stupid books no one wants. So, level with me. How much did you pay for this? We from that we can negotiate an appropriate markup because you've obviously invested some time and money in this. But look, you didn't even pay to get it assessed. You didn't know what it was written in. Honestly, at this point, you owe me money. So
the logic checks out.
Watch Regdar work. This is how he got where he is today, which is in Kled.
I understand where you're coming from.
Look, in a battle, I may basically just be a walking blood balloon, but today...
Where the hell was this Regdar when I was standing in a cabin holding a pair of purple pants?
We are in a shop, people, and this is my element. I would like to point out that Regdar's counter lies in the purple pants situation were great, and that you guys were idiots. So,
he says, well, I couldn't...
Editor, roll the tape.
If only we had some way to record these conversations
I know.
so we could look at them
We'll
later.
never know.
We'll never know. I could not sell it for any less than 50 gold pieces. I understand where you're coming from, but the mastery and the workmanship of this book, they don't make books like this anymore.
All
literally.
Right. Regdar is peeved. It's been a long day.
Oh, Regdar.
His friend almost got eaten by a box, and basically he is not going to be satisfied until he walks out of this shop totally ripping this guy off. Insight, well, only 10. Does Regdar have any sense of how much this thing might actually be worth or what this guy paid for it, other than certainly way less than any number he's said so far?
Well, at a 10, you would know that it is. I mean, books are very rare on Athos, and certainly this book is made very well, as Regdar has already pointed out. The nature of it makes it kind of limits its value. But you feel like 50 gold pieces actually is not a bad price for it.
I got a 16 on history just to know if there might be anything like useful in that realm.
Yeah,
from
like
this book.
I mean,
we took time to sit down and actually read it.
And I apologize, haggling over prices is stupid, but like, I mean, does Regdar have a sense of like what would be a cheap book in Athos?
I mean, people don't usually buy books.
Yeah, so I mean, our order of magnitude, is there a book that one can purchase for less than 10 gold pieces, or is like, I mean, just the paper a book is printed on already makes it in the 20 to 50 range?
I think by default it would probably be at least 20 gold pieces just for any old book.
That's fair.
At this point, Kachka, slightly inebriated, stumbles out of the tavern, sensing that Regdar needs her.
Oh dear. As you ask, as you stumble down the street, where the party went, because they do stick out, and you get pointed to the sundries shop.
So current offer is
heading that way.
50 is what he's currently offering?
50 is, he says, 50 is all I could do. And as he says that, in walks Kachka.
Oh no.
Hey, Regdar!
Hi Kachka. How's it going?
Hey.
How are your pants?
That's a weird question since I don't wear pants, but pretty good, I guess.
It's a typical tier greeting.
Hey, you guys buying stuff?
We have already bought some things. We are currently negotiating future things.
Oh, cool. What you buying?
I don't know. He wants to sell us this book, but can you think of a reason we would want a halfling book?
That book looks stupid.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't play songs or anything.
Don't think you want it.
Yeah.
Wait, it doesn't have songs in it?
No.
What's the point?
It's the bad kind of book. Yeah, I really don't know. I almost feel bad for this guy, but like, am I going to pay more than 15 gold for a book to make some guy feel not bad about his life?
I would not pay more than 60 gold pieces for that book.
Well,
60 gold pieces.
I am not paying more than 60 gold pieces, Kachka. That's crazy.
Good, because don't do it. Bad deal.
I was thinking 15, and that was basically a favor at this point. This guy didn't even know it was a halfling book.
Really?
You know, yeah.
I mean,
and now he's trying to hard sell me on that. Doesn't that seem weird? Presta, that's weird, right?
How did he not know it was a halfling book? Look how small it is.
If you don't want this book, you don't have to buy it. I'm just saying, it is a high quality book.
I mean, so what are you offering for translation services then? Services, I'll point out, that have already been rendered.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't ask for the translation services. You offered it freely.
I believe you did ask. So,
no, I just showed you the book, and I said I don't know what it's written in, and you said, don't worry, I'm going to put this spooky helmet on in your business, and you said it was halfling.
It's hard for me to keep track of the things I say.
Clearly. You know what you need? You need a book that you can write things down in.
Okay, this book is already full of stuff. Stop trying to sell this book as a journal. It's a book. So I'm onto your hard pressure book sales tactics, buddy. This is not the first book Regdar has bought.
Hey, Regdar, you read halfling?
I can when I wear this spooky hat. He puts the spooky hat on and looks at the Kachka. It's spooky.
That suits you.
He takes the spooky hat off. Presta,
I like the way the eyes glow.
Carlos and Omwal look at each other, nod knowingly as two illiterate gentlemen, and walk outside. Because they are tired of this book business.
Book talk? All right. This book thing is going on too long. Presta, how much money do we actually have on us? We have like a lot, right?
Yeah. If you want to chip in 25, I'll chip in 25 and we can just be done with this.
All right. Look, guy, actually, my friends are leaving. We got to catch up with them. 30 gold pieces and business is done. You've made your day's profit. You can relax the rest of the day. What do you say?
I say you should give me a persuasion check.
Is Regdar is not great at persuasion because it's charisma based, but I rolled a 20.
That says,
which with Regdar's -1 skill is a 19.
He reaches out his hand and says, "You've got a deal. 30 gold pieces."
Well, we've reached the climax of this adventure, haven't we?
I'm really glad
Kachka points all four of her arms and says, you got ripped off, dude.
I'm really glad he said the price at the end because in all my back and forth, I didn't keep track of any of the numbers. So, so we bought a weird halfling book for
30 gold
gold
pieces.
Yep.
Who is keeping track of the money?
We did it, everybody.
I actually have some of my own
We did it.
for some
You
reason.
win!
So
God, this is what people love. Book talk.
What was in the book? Out of
reading is
curiosity?
fundamental, you
Look,
guys.
if this wasn't important, Scott wouldn't have let us waste time on this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Who was carrying the 125 from this morning's excursion?
I don't know. And said
Not
there.
me.
All
But
right.
I have enough to
left it
cover
there.
it. I will
The
just pay
magic
for it.
porter
And,
that carries all of
and
our
take
new
some later.
gear
Okay,
as the bag.
because Regdar has like some pocket spending money, but he doesn't have 30 book money, which probably he should have used as a negotiating tactic. So I've got no money. You might as well give me this book.
You make a very good point.
Did I mention that Regdar used to work in sales? So.
That's all right. I will pay for it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I will take it out of
Petty
petty
cash,
later.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
I
Sounds
missed the
good.
bit where you read the book. What was in the book?
it's halfling genealogy.
Genealogy.
Now, do you think I got ripped off?
No, it sounds great.
It's like the book of Matthew, just on and on.
You know what? I wouldn't
No.
think that would be worth 30 gold pieces to me, but to Regdar, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Reading a genealogy chart
You know
is
what?
right up his alley.
Here's the only rationale. I don't know why this is in this adventure unless Scott has just made this up to vex me. Which I can. Which Scott, game respect game, but I figure we're likely to meet halflings at some point. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll be impressed that we have a book about them.
Yeah, there's nothing that makes halflings love you as much as waving a book in front of them.
Look,
When they're
In reg-
probably illiterate.
That book is attached to a hand that looks mighty delicious.
Most of my best books are halfling books.
look.
The
I love
halflings we're
halflings.
looking
reg-
for are part of an official
Yeah.
party. They probably, if there are any literate halflings, these are probably them.
Also, like, they're diplomatic envoys.
Exactly.
Like, halflings are kind of a mysterious people to many
They
of
are.
us Tyrians. So, like, knowing a little bit about them and maybe being able to name drop some halfling history, that is an investment we are making in the success of this adventure, Kachka.
Okay.
And
sure.
when we invest in the success of the adventure, we invest in ourselves. And isn't that what Dungeons and Dragons is all about?
You want to roll persuasion to see if I buy your line of bull crap?
I'm a dungeon master. I know that characters can't roll persuasion on other player characters. Thank you. But yeah. But Scott.
Let's have a
Scott-
persuasion off.
But Scott, I rolled an 11 for Scott.
I don't think he's persuaded.
Or male.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track.
All right. I'm
all right,
not going to talk for a little while. That was a lot of Regdar.
You are
So
Perhaps two.
before I leave the sundries shop, I wanna look just very, very quickly for a journal and writing utensil. Because I'm gonna start taking notes on these strange characters, and I don't have that in my inventory.
So at this point, we have a full hour-length segment of the show just called
gonna write-
Regdar buys a book.
She's gonna write a bestseller.
It's just
and
going to be called Sundries.
Just so you guys watch. This is going to be the most popular episode
This is
of
gonna be our
the
spin-off
podcast.
podcast. It's just like
Regdar's Sundry Spree.
Yeah,
Regdar.
I'm looking forward to the popular spin-off where Tony and Scott as Regdar and Dungeon Master just negotiate about prices of things in stores.
Stores that don't exist. The best part.
Yeah.
That's the way.
You know what? I have a soft spot for the shopkeepers in Dungeons and Dragons worlds because they're ridiculous. So I love them.
They are underappreciated. And he will also sell you a pen and a blank journal, Shara, for I don't know, 2 silver pieces.
Check
Okay.
to make sure it's blank
Sold.
and doesn't have a bunch of halfling scribblings.
ooh
in it.
yeah, I'm gonna
You can always
make
erase
sure.
that out.
And like the paper's good quality and all that. I gotta be sure.
It is. It
Oh,
is.
dear.
It is the best you could find.
Good color ink. No, I'm kidding.
You could probably make your own ink on the road. Out
That's
of,
true.
That's out of
Materials.
out of your blood that you've bled during battle.
Materials.
I didn't
No,
want to
that's
get
all
into
right. We
detail.
don't need to go down that rabbit hole. It's okay.
Sundry
Yeah.
materials.
Kachka, spit in this tube.
It says here, I hate cilantro. Weird.
So you leave the sundry shop. I assume you're all together again.
I'm going to hang out in the sundry shop for a little while.
It is
Regale the
afternoon
shopkeeper.
in Kled, and suddenly you feel a tremor. As you're standing on the long road, you look up, and so it's a busy mid-afternoon, people are walking their kids around.
Not their pets, their kids.
Not they're
Walking their
they're
kids.
on leashes.
Well, they got to poop.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do?
That's right. Then people come and harvest it and make ink out of it. And
in some Athasian populations, it's really hard to tell the difference between someone walking a kid and walking a pet. It's just they're not the most beautiful children. Here is what we're saying.
it
Where do you
is
think
true.
they get the poultry?
Oh, jeez.
And so you look up, the tremor, everything shakes, and a second later, 4 small children and the old cart that they were playing on slide down into a sinkhole that suddenly opens.
Crap.
They disappear from sight, shrieking for help.
Oh no, I immediately run to try to help.
Quick, the tannery!
Maybe
To the
this some sort of-
tannery!
Maybe there's some sort of strange cultural thing. Perhaps we should not interfere.
A distraught woman runs out from a nearby house and sprints to the edge of the hole, which crumbles away, spilling her in as well. More people run from other homes. Calls of a rope,
Do
magic
they all
rope.
pile into the hole one by one?
We have
And
rope.
a ladder, get a ladder, fill the air.
My bond is to protect and guide. So, like, at the instant I see any of this happening, I will immediately run toward it and try to help the stupid human kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Assuming they're human.
All right, so
Oh no, I got rid of all my rope.
I hate myself as I do it,
and
but
said it
that's
was useless.
I'm drunkenly stumbling towards the hole as well.
All right, so
Sure,
tell me,
I'll go there too.
How are you approaching the hole?
Drunkenly and stumbling.
Courteously?
No, I'm
Cautiously.
basically just sprinting over to
all right,
the edge
everybody
of the
who
hole.
goes towards the hole.
Regdar approaches it looking for an angle. Maybe he might be able to cheat it out of something.
Everybody roll a dexterity check. You approach the edge of the hole, and I need a dexterity check.
Regdar is on a hot streak. This is great. I like rolling numbers and seeing high numbers. That's great. Nothing can stop me now.
Nothing can stop me.
Dexterity check, not a saving throw.
18.
Regdar is
Yeah,
just
saving throw.
Regdar is
Oh,
fueled
saving
by
throw.
getting a good deal.
Oh, you
This
said
is-
Crits don't
saving
mean
throw?
anything on
18.
checks, do they?
Excellent. So you're all kind of at the edge of the hole, and you notice that
Just a regular old Friday night.
the ground here is very crumbly, and so it's a geological term. I don't know. I don't want to get too technical, but and so you can see some people are kind of hurrying towards the edge of the hole, and you see another townsperson fall in,
Wow.
and you look inside the hole, and you see a dark chamber about 30 feet below the level of the ground. It looks larger than the hole and extends into the darkness on all sides. A heap of loose earth is piled in the middle. The children who fell in are sitting on the mound of earth, coughing in the dust and sobbing with fright. My
Oh,
boy,
okay.
my boy! A worried parent shouts,
My
peeping
boy.
over the edge. Somebody do something! More townsfolk hurry up from all sides, staying clear of the edge. Among them are a few town elders, who you have met some of them. So Meliko and Luther are there. And they say, Meliko says, they're pulling people away from the edge, ordering others to stay back. Leave it to us, as says Meliko. We will tend to this matter. The children won't be harmed by being down there a little while. No one must go down. Keep back.
I punch him in the face.
I,
I'm definitely
I'm-
going down after that.
All right. Regdar has how far a drop? What did you say it was to the chamber below?
30 feet.
All right.
Fortunately, we have 6,000 feet of rope.
I also
Yeah.
Quick, form
Guys.
Form bucket brigade.
I was
all right.
like,
No. Hold on. Everybody, join hands and jump. Trust me.
okay, I do it.
All right,
All right,
fine.
trust-
Total party
I
kill.
trust Regdar.
There's some soft earth down there we can land on. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm not that worried.
And
I
children,
was gonna
that's
just
fine.
jump in anyway. So
You hear
I'm
Meliko
picturing
say,
Regdar saying, "Oh no, I wish I'd checked my number of spell slots."
Meliko says, no one go down there. This is not for strangers. And she points at you and says, don't enter.
I don't think she has enough time to say all of those things in the time that Regdar
She's
says.
saying many things.
We've been here 4 hours. We're not strangers
I
anymore.
assume
It's
that
cool.
Regdar, everyone touches Hell's hands. Regdar catches.
Oh, man, this is gonna be like Toy
What,
Story. This is
Scott?
gonna be like Toy Story 3
way to
here.
steal my thunder. Yeah. Scott, I was thinking about casting Featherfall. I was going to wait to see how the fall was going before I committed.
All right, well, if you don't cast Featherfall, then
So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
this
only
turns out
30
to be
feet down. Come
This
on.
turns out to be Fatherfall. Sorry.
The trick to Featherfall is you can only cast it on falling creatures, and I didn't feel like there was time to explain how that worked, so we had to be falling first.
And
Thanks for your
after
trust.
all,
Here we go.
You're my feather,
my feather fall.
Okay, thank you. Good night. Drive safely.
All right. So the short answer is we take no falling damage and land on our feet unless we fell further than 60 feet.
Which you did not. So you fall down, and you are...
Everybody do a cool landing hero pose.
I'm just going to the kids immediately.
My ankle!
I don't believe that anybody hurt themselves falling into the pit.
Today, it's going to be the day that we jump into the pit and save you. Yeah, something like that. I say to the children as we're falling.
Oh, dear.
I'm trying to think of a good cigarettes and feather fall joke, but I'm not coming up with it.
Okay,
with the
so
deep cut. Nice.
I will quickly explain what's in here. This is a wide, irregularly shaped cavern with a floor of smooth bedrock. Damp dirt and stone with tree roots protruding here and there make up the walls. A 5-foot wide tunnel heads off to the north, and a stone slab, a door with a rusty pull ring, stands to the east. By the stone door, a couple of well-used cloaks and a water skin are on the floor. And the dotted line, everyone can see the map. The dotted line, a circle is the mound of dirt, and the kids are on that, and they're looking up at you, and they are amazed. They're actually a little frightened too. How did you fall so slowly?
I immediately run up to the kids and I'm not answering the question.
Have you never learned how to fall, kid?
I'm just gonna roll a medicine check. I want to check on these kids and make sure they're okay. 19. I don't know if I need to roll separate ones for each kid, but
no, you look at them. Luckily they landed in this mound of dirt that was very loose, so they feel fine.
Okay. And you said that at least one other townsperson had fallen in?
Yes, that person looks like they sprained their ankle.
Okay, I will attend to their ankle while other people do whatever they need to.
How hard, how much strength would it take to throw a kid back out of the hole?
No.
How did I know that was where you were going?
Bad. No.
These kids are 80 pounds or so. You could attempt to pick one up and throw one. You're very strong.
I'm very strong.
Yeah, but it's the landing I'm worried about.
Yeah. No one doubts your ability to throw a child.
I calmly explain it to Amla. Amla, you're too good at throwing. Yeah. They probably would not be safe on the other end because they don't know how to fall like we just did.
This true. If accidentally throw into ceiling of cave would be bad news.
What?
That was awesome.
Yes. I don't know what you said, but
I don't know. Somehow we just downgraded from Phil's to Bizarro, and it's getting rough. Hulk is next, and then I don't know where we go from there.
On the smash.
Yeah. And you hear a clearly worried parents from the hole saying, "Bring our children up."
And I yell back, "Maybe we're gonna be the ones that save your kids."
After all,
listen, there are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how.
How do we get back up, guys?
But maybe
I say, look at that mother up there. She is love.
So first, you don't want us to go into the hole, but now that we're in the hole, you want to be all like, "Oh, give us our children back."
The parents always wanted you to go in the hole.
Today was going to be the day, but he'll never throw them back to you.
The elders did not want you to go into the hole.
Hey, so is there any way?
So you're in a hole.
Mm-hmm. We could tie a rope to a rock, throw the rock up there. I'm sure Amal can do that. They can catch it, and then we can make a harness to get the kids up and out.
Yes, and as you're arguing amongst yourselves, a couple of ropes get thrown down.
Ropes.
And the parents say, "Grab the rope,
shitty
kids."
back up them, and
mm-hmm. I fashioned a little loop that they can put their tiny little children feet in to.
You can't do that with rope. Come on.
That is exactly what you can do with rope.
I don't think so. Look, we can make a ladder out of it or something.
Okay, hey, I'm a DM now too. I know these things.
Speaking of ladders, a ladder then joins. So now there's a ladder. So the person, a couple of the kids climb up the ladder.
Angry right now.
The person with the twisted ankle uses the loop that Presta created and is pulled up, and the children are evacuated.
I very clearly shout up to the parents and the townspeople. Hey, there are some passages off of here. We should probably explore to make sure that there are no more sinkholes that will threaten your children, townspeople.
Yeah.
And
these,
Melico's head pops up and says, "Do not explore anywhere down there. The delvers must not be disturbed."
You say explore down here? Yes.
Do we know what delvers means?
You could roll to check.
All right, is that like history or?
Yeah.
That's only an 11. But
You have
Almal knows way more about history than I do.
Oh yeah, delvers. I'm all big into delvers.
He liked the delvers before they were cool.
Yeah. You know why
Have
we
their
haven't heard
first album.
No,
I've probably
guys,
never heard of them.
You know why we haven't heard of the Delvers? Because they're so underground.
While all of this saving of children is going on, Kachka is looking around to see if I can identify any movement in the shadows around the periphery of the room.
It is so there. I'll get to the delvers in a second. There's a big hole, so this room is illuminated with sunlight, and nobody is skulking about. Umlal, you
no skulkers.
At the word delver, a memory is fired off in your mind, and you remember that there's a legend of Kled that says that it was, as I said, it was built on a dwarven citadel, and they believe that the delvers are kind of spirits that inhabited the citadel, and they kind of some people, I wouldn't say worship them, but they respect them and send them trinkets and things.
Almal turns to relay this, but basically gets as far as dwarf ghosts.
That's pretty much it.
Hey, Scott, did any of us notice that mysterious white rectangle on the map on the east side?
Mysterious white rectangle.
It looks like a door.
Oh, yes, okay. I already explained that mysterious
Is that
white
the slab?
rectangle.
That's the slab.
That is the slab.
Sorry, I heard the description, but not the location.
So yes, I will read the description one more time. It is a 5-foot wide tunnel leads off to the north, so that's up.
Oh. Does this appear to be a lab? And if so, what's on the slab?
It is a stone slab that is a door with a rusty pull ring that is to the east. And
All
by
right,
that
thanks.
door, you may remember
Rusty pull ring is my favorite cocktail.
Thanks for clearing up that anticipation.
Yeah, Dan, don't look up Rusty Pole Ring on Urban Dictionary.
There are a couple of well-used cloaks and a water skin on the floor.
Yes.
When we say well-used cloaks, what? No, never mind.
So wait, they're not like on hooks or anything? They're just lying there? Are they like, have they been left there? Are they like folded? Or are they just like...
Dan, don't critique the Delvers.
Why nobody ever hang up their cloaks?
There are no pegs on which to hang your cloak, so they just kind of toss them on the floor, it seems.
Almal always must clean up after everyone.
Almal starts hammering pegs into the slab. Need to do everything around here?
Yeah.
I would like to roll an insight check to see what the reaction from the rest of the townspeople that are sort of standing around and looking down when the Delvers are mentioned. Like, are they? Is this going to be the moment that the mob forms to run us out of town, or are they like, what the heck is a Delver? We don't care about that nonsense.
All of my escape plans for avoiding the mob in town were not based on being in a hole.
I rolled a 1. So that's
who knows?
like a
But
7.
you do hear some sounds of it sounds like the people are happy the children are back. You hear the town elder say, "Go back home. The hole is dangerous. Everyone disperse."
I think we should get moving before people follow us. So either slab or north.
Almal would like to take a look at the slab.
All right, it is a stone slab that has a rusty pull ring.
Does the this is like being in this feeling like space station here. Yeah.
I went to grade school with a rusty pull ring. He was cool.
Does it look like this could actually be like, if I pulled on the pull ring, would it like open or would it like fall over?
It looks to be a door.
All right. How hard would it be to open? Can I give it a try?
How does Almal feel about doors today?
Almal looks at the slab and says, "Are you mimic?"
And you hear a voice that says, "No."
Well, that'll wait a second.
Are you my mimic?
Do I actually hear a voice?
You do not hear a voice. There is nothing.
You do hear a voice, Almal, but it's your medication. It's starting to
So can I try a strength check to open this door?
Yeah, sure.
You could also just do a door check to open it, but yeah.
That was a 9. My strength is better than my door skill.
You feel like you didn't plant yourself well, but then you realize as you pull the rusty pull ring that this door was not locked and it opens easily.
I have good news and good news. Good news 1, door open. Good news 2, door not mimic.
Okay.
And it leads into a hallway of sorts.
I'm going to grab that water thing, because why not? Free water.
All right, it's half full.
That's, hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Or half
empty.
Oh, and Carlos puts on a cloak, because why not?
There's not enough cloaks for everybody, I assume.
There are 4 cloaks.
I doubt it would fit me anyway.
Okay.
Should the
Casca's going to peer down the northern tunnels because it sounds like we're heading towards the eastern tide.
Quick plan. We all put on cloaks. Everyone pretend to be a dwarf. Ketchka's our prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we all love the Delvers and know all about their customs and ways.
We are ghosts. Everyone just make ghost noises.
Yeah, ghost noises. Chain rattle. Boogans.
Do I spot anything down the northern tunnel?
And so a point of
My
order.
name is Oomlal.
Down. So the north tunnel is muddy, and it winds to the north. You see it goes off into the distance. Does Ketchka have dark vision? It's dark.
Ketchka does.
So
Guys, he literally said the road was winding and nobody said something.
It continues going off. You can't see in it. As far as you can see, you see just a muddy tunnel.
All right. Amla will take a step into this tunnel. A couple steps.
All right. So
40
you
feet.
see,
1, 2,
Tony, if
3.
there had been blinding lights down the tunnel, I
know.
would definitely have.
Yeah. Yes, Steve.
So
yes.
Umlal,
You started it.
I know who I am.
You go down a clearly worked tunnel. That is a corridor, as they call it.
Well, if it's telling this work, that becomes a corridor.
Corridor.
Fancy.
I am very smart. At 60 feet beyond the stone door, about 30 feet in front of you, Umlal, you see 2 stone reliefs of stern dwarves in chainmail carrying battle axes, and they face each other across the tunnel.
Oh, statues.
Not spell relief in Athos.
I'm not going to let Amal get too far by himself. I'm going to start following.
He's like 60 feet away from everybody at the moment.
Dum, 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 dum.
All right, Carlos is going to follow.
Okay.
I can go 60 feet in a turn, so actually 70 feet in a turn.
Dang.
Combat's not happening.
If
So
that's all I do.
go wherever you want. 60 feet beyond there, but I already said that. The carvings stand out from the passage walls, and they have gaps around them, so they could be doors. The passage continues
is it passable? Okay,
past them.
continue.
If I could finish a sentence, you would find out.
Before you finish, Scott, I'm going to let you finish, but...
So basically there are
Athos corridors are the best corridors there of all time.
2 ornate things that look like doors, and the passage continues beyond.
Two, like more than one ornate, or over the top, unnecessarily ornate?
There's either 2 ornate, which is halfling for 6.
All right, well, thanks everybody for playing.
that was what got it. That was
we made it like 3.5 hours before he decided to kick us out of the game. That's
Good
pretty
night,
good.
everybody.
There are more than 1, but less than 3 doors that have ornate carvings on them.
What is around this corner here?
Yeah.
Which
And
corner?
before I rush into the tunnel to follow Amwal, I shout up to the people standing above. I say, "Oh, well, I can't take him anywhere. We better go and get him. Bye." And I rush up to follow him.
What is behind that?
We'll be right out. Ta-ta.
An excellent question, Dan. One that I wish they would have answered.
So clearly, these kids were some sort of a sacrifice that the believer folk have decided to hand out to whoever's under this tunnel.
Nah, that's probably...
So
they wouldn't do that.
The door to the south leads to another long stone tunnel. Now, it's dark in here. There's a little light from the gaping hole in the first room, but if you want to see it, basically, whoever doesn't have dark vision, you're having a hard time seeing because it's kind of very dark in here.
I've got an explorer's pack, which I believe has a tinderbox and some torches, so I'm going to light up one of those suckers.
Doesn't everybody have a light cantrip or something?
You think I could cast a spell?
Magic?
All right,
How dare you.
I make almost your tinderbox is now glowing light.
Irony.
What?
Caleb Lichten
I'm
Comer.
gonna get magic tinderbox and create fire and light.
You're welcome. Have a magical day.
Magic. So you can see far down. It's
who did that?
A stone tunnel.
Whatever. We knew you get flunked out of Templar school or whatever. We learned that.
Will go around the corner and see how far he can see down there.
All right, you see down a stone corridor that then turns.
All right, I guess I'm.
Damn it! I wasn't expecting a turn in the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Peek. Anything
There
around?
he goes. Anybody want to follow him?
He's really doling out these. Is this a dead end?
This is a dead end. It's an exciting dead end that ends in a pit covered by a stone bench with a hole in it.
Oh, it's an outhouse.
Covered by a stone bench.
It
How
is
does
a
that
More
work?
of an in-house.
Does it stink? Has it been used
I get it.
recently?
Everybody's coming in.
Guys, this might just be a
didn't
one
even
person.
I'm just trying to use bathroom. Give him a little privacy.
Hey, you got anything I could wipe with, Regdar, that cost me about 30 gold pieces?
Oh.
You know what? You could just use sand if you're going to talk about the book that way.
It does not. It appears that it has been unused for decades, probably hundreds of years.
I'm actually going to make a.
So it's due.
I'm going to pop back out to the hallway and
I heard you, Steve.
in a place where we haven't already been.
I'm sorry.
I
Yes,
want to do
Presta.
a survival check to see if, is this covered with lots of dust? Are there footprints? Has anybody been here?
Because you said
at
it was
the
muddy,
crossroads
right?
sort of area.
The northern tunnel's
Golly.
muddy.
26.
You notice that it is so the tunnel that you were just in.
Mhm.
Kind of there was a fine the caking of dust. Clearly,
I
no one
never
had-
want to eat a Scott cake.
But the
Please
tunnel,
don't use the term caking the outhouse tunnel. It's untoward.
the hallway, the main corridor here looks like it is well used, and there is.
That doesn't sound like ghosts to me.
And
Well, it sounds like ghosts that don't use the bathroom.
that's right. They don't.
Well, they don't need to anymore.
Religion check. Is that true? So,
Yes, ghosts do not poop.
No, Scott. Everybody.
Scott, just all right. Theological question: is that in Dark Sun or everywhere? Are you talking about real ghosts or just Dark Sun ghosts?
Specifically, dark sun ghosts.
All right,
Sure,
just checking.
completely changed my feelings on ectoplasm.
Well, I won't tell you what that is.
What about this other one over here? Is this also a bathroom?
It was his and hers bathrooms. No, that's not the north tunnel. That is another tunnel.
I'm the toilet inspector.
You could see a similar tunnel that
It does kind of look like a plumbing.
has a turn to it. And then you see
Uh-oh.
some things.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Bunnies!
Just before we roll initiative, how far did we let Amlal get ahead of us this time?
Oh, yeah, like 300 feet.
Like-
I've been trying to follow him.
20,
but
30,
yeah,
40,
I
had to
50,
mute to
60,
sneeze.
70, 80, 90.
No,
He's
Carlos
currently
has
100
been-
feet away from
Carlos
everyone.
has been following
That would not
behind
happen.
Umlal. Carlos
Yeah.
knows that he's got to
Yeah.
follow Umlal or he'll never come
Regdar
back.
would like to say, at least half a football field's length away from.
I followed him down the poop tunnel and opted to stay in the main corridor for this
Yeah.
one.
The tunnel opens up into a square room, which you can see here. And even from this distance, you can smell the decaying flesh. You can't quite you can't tell from here what it is, but you do notice some large rats are moving about.
How large?
Rats.
If you were to... There are unusually large rats. Rodents of unusual size.
Oh, no.
I don't think they exist.
Yeah.
They're not like the size of a dog, but they are maybe twice the size of a normal rat.
Okay. Okay.
Like a
Super
Chicago
rats.
rat or
I
like
heard you. Yeah.
a pet store rat?
Whoa. What is a Chicago rat?
The Chicago rat has relish on it.
Yep.
It's a deep dish rat.
Deep dish rat, yeah.
Some spaghetti, a little bit of pasta.
I've only ever seen a rat in the wild in Chicago, and it was way huger than the ones that you see in pet stores.
these
so
are
that's
not-
just
these are-
that's what I judge by.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's like a real rat.
Twice
the ones
the
in pet
size of a
stores are
pet
basically
store
mice.
rat.
That's
Is a
not
regular
how
rat.
rats work.
Yep. That's totally how rats work, guys.
It was like the size of a cat. So
These are large rats, people.
Our rats are large.
Wait, they're rat people?
large
They-
people.
They are large rat people.
Are the rats doing anything?
I'm a large rat person.
You are not close enough to know what the rats are doing.
Well, but they're not like coming at us.
They are not approaching.
They are
you,
going
Val.
round and round.
How do we feel
In the
about
rat
sewer
race?
rats in
Reference
the ghost sewer?
You know what? If you wait, they'll eventually come around after they go around.
Round, round, get around.
Close.